Thank you for taking the time to join me. I'm Damien Harrison, Director of Operations for Bondgate IT. I'll be taking a quick dive into the latest cybersecurity threats that we're seeing on the run up to Christmas, providing hints and tips on how you and your teams can stay safe online. We'll talk about the latest cybersecurity threats and trends, phishing emails, how to detect and respond to them, and finally, I will give my guide on how to stay safe online this Christmas. How big a problem is cybersecurity? Cybercrime continues to be a huge problem for individuals, businesses, and charities around the world. It's costing the economy over £4 trillion annually. To put that into perspective, if cybercrime was a country, it would be the third biggest global economy behind the USA and China. The biggest name that we found causing havoc across the UK and internationally is currently a group called the Hive ransomware gang, who are making in the region of £6 million a month. So what are the current risks on our radar? We are seeing four rising trends currently in cybersecurity. Credential thefts, where someone gains unauthorized access to personal or financial information, such as login credentials, credit card information, or other personal information. Phishing attacks. Phishing is where scammers trick you into giving this sensitive information, such as passwords or financial details, by pretending to be a trustworthy source. Botnets. A botnet is a network of compromised computers that are controlled by third parties without your knowledge. These computers, known as bots, can be used to perform a variety of tasks, such as sending spam emails, participating in distributed denial of service attacks, and spreading malware. And vulnerability exploits. A vulnerability exploit is when a hacker takes advantage of a weakness or flaw in a computer system or a piece of software to gain unauthorized access or control. So how does credential theft come about? We as human beings register on several different websites, from Amazon to Yahoo to eBay to Facebook and all the other different social media sites. And there's a lot of credentials to remember. So we tend to reuse the same username and password on each of these sites. The problem occurs when the website suffers a data breach. And data breaches aren't just impacting small websites, they're impacting large multinational organizations such as LinkedIn, Twitter, Under Armour, and Yahoo. If you use the same username and password on them sites as you do elsewhere, then when them sites are breached, you unfortunately have given the bad guys access to these other accounts. Donald Trump found this out when he used the same password on LinkedIn that he used on Twitter, and then he reused the same password on his President of the United States password account. And that password was, if you're interested, "You're fired." So where do these passwords end up? So they end up on the dark web. And if, like many, you've heard of the dark web but are confused as to what it is, hopefully I'll be able to guide you through it. The surface web are websites that we all visit: Amazon, Facebook, different social media networks, the BBC website. Websites that are open and free and you can browse as often as you want. The deep web are websites that are more secured. So think your work intranet, your banking accounts, other systems that you need a password to access. The dark web are where these criminals hide out, and that's where passwords, credit card information, and other illegal activity goes on. When the bad guys are building websites on the dark web, they've worked out that replicating good stores such as eBay and Amazon are how they make a profit. So on the website below, you can see that Silk Road it's got categories, it's got a basket, tells you the price, even gives you a rating. Silk Road, the website that's listed, turned over $1 billion before it was eventually closed down. Businesses are a common target for dark web criminals because businesses tend to have money. It also allows the criminals to feel better about stealing from business rather than an individual. And it doesn't cost much. Someone's selling the largest known data dump for $10, and this seller has ratings saying how good quality the credentials are, how good quality the credit card information is that they've received. And the ratings go on. Perfect. Didn't work out the first time, we got refunded. We'll try again and update afterwards. By adding these ratings, criminals know that whether the goods that they're buying are good or bad. Same as what we do on Amazon, same as what we do on eBay. So what can you buy? I typed in one of my personal email addresses into the dark web, and I was staggered by the information that was available. Passwords, encrypted passwords, personalised information, my address, my phone numbers. It was all there ready to see. How did I get some of this information? So phishing is a huge cybersecurity problem. More than 75% of targeted cyber attacks start with someone opening an email. In May of 2021, phishing attacks increased by 281%, and then in June they spiked another 284% higher. On my left and my right, we've got two emails, and they both look relatively real. They're both about SharePoint, they're both about sharing files internally. I'm going to give you a quick second which one's real and which one's fake. And the answer is that they're both fake. They're both phishing emails that are designed to get an individual to click on an email. Phishing attacks we know come from all sources. Here's a phishing attack that's designed to look like it's a HSBC email. Here's a phishing attack that's designed to look like it's come from myself to a member of my team. This was blocked by our email filtering system, but for the purposes of this exercise, I released it. So how do we spot a phishing attack? And the truth is it's getting increasingly difficult. Some of these issues highlighted in red are no longer applicable. The language that they're using is getting better. The recipient names getting closer and closer to being real. Sometimes they've got an attachment attached to them. The grammar is sometimes poor. The from address is often not what you're expecting. But we're all busy and we've all got many emails a day coming into our inboxes. So how do we go about slowing ourselves down to detect them? I recommend the SLAM method. And I cover this in a bit more depth on the Bondgate IT website. I'll enclose a link for individuals to read. And for me, it's about slowing down. Examine the entire email address. So the first part of the email address might look legitimate, but the last part might be off by a letter or may include a number where the domain normally is. Check all links. If you're not expecting a link to appear in the email, don't click it. Don't click the link. Have a look at it. See if it goes where you expect it will take you. Check for secure websites, so make sure that any websites you do visit following the email are secure. What I also advise is, if it's an email from the likes of Amazon, from Facebook, from Twitter, rather than clicking the link in the email, open up your internet browser and just go to the website as you normally would and log in that way. Don't click on attachments straight away. Attachments contain viruses will have a very intriguing message encouraging you to open them, such as, here is a schedule I promised, here is an invoice, here's a payment that you've authorized. Watch for overly generic content and greetings. Cyber criminals will send a large batch of emails, for example, like, dear valued customer, and urgency. Often with these phishing emails, they've got an urgent kind of action that's required in order to kind of force you to be quick and to not investigate too much. And as I said earlier, look for misspellings, incorrect grammar, or odd phrasing. We're seeing an increase not only of phishing emails, but of phishing WhatsApp messages. Here's one that we spotted come through a few weeks ago, pretending to be someone's child. And the aim of this phishing message is to get some money from the mum. Thankfully, this message ended up in one of my team's WhatsApp messages, and he's definitely not a mum. So he realised it straight away and thankfully took some screenshots. Christmas is a time where we know cyber criminals are increasingly active. It's easy, we're all busy, we're all looking for good deals and great value, and criminals target that kind of behaviour by offering things that are often seen as too good to be true. As I said in the phishing one, please don't go to websites from email links. If you look closely at these URLs that are listed on these screenshots, the web pages look as they should. However, the URLs, the addresses are not. So for example, Twitter, you might not initially realise it, but Twitter's spelt with uppercase letters apart from the L. So it looks like it's Twitter, but it's actually TWLTTER. Amazon contains an extra N, and Facebook's got loads of characters after the URL, again to try and trick you into logging in. Where possible, use a wallet app. So when you go to a website and check something out, try and use a PayPal or GPay or Apple Pay wallet app. The reason for this is they've got a lot more protection around them, and you also receive a lot more protection from these third-party companies. However, if you are forced to use a credit card, make sure that you remove any safe payment cards after checking out. Sometimes it appears like it's a great idea for a website like Amazon to automatically save your credit card details, but this is bad. A hacker with access to your device or account could make purchases. There's also the risk of a data breach of that retailer, and these are common and can leak all of your payment information out on the internet. The fewer places that you allow to store your payment details, the better for your security. So immediately after you check out, remove your payment card. So we're out and about, popped into a coffee shop, and you pick up your phone and start thinking, oh, I'm going to buy this online. don't. When you connect your device to public Wi-Fi, it's as though you're inviting every stranger in the coffee shop to attack your device. You might as well expect that a stranger is stalking you. Hackers love this Christmas shopping season and will hang around in these public Wi-Fi spots. They spy on the activities of other devices connected to that same hotspot, and they will sit there and take any information that you publish to the internet. And finally, for me, check your bank account regularly. Look for any suspicious charges that could signal a breach. One way is to set up banking alerts through your banking apps. Many banks allow you to set up alerts for purchases occur over a specified amount, when a purchase occurs from outside the company. And also I advise that you set up a credit check account so that you can keep an eye on anyone trying to take credit out in your name. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. I know it's not the most interesting of subjects, but it's the most important. If you've got any questions for me, please feel free to email me at damien.harrison@bondgate.co.uk. I hope you all have a very good Christmas and stay safe. Thank you.